Thank you, Ben. That was awesome. And as Paul observed in his line of work, for those of us in manufacturing, additional output comes at zero variable cost. So I think that's something we can all appreciate and admire and aspire to. Also want to thank Tim for Myron's sponsorship. So now it is my sincere pleasure to introduce one of my friends as a key strategic partner of the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. We value our relationship with Secretary Missy Hughes of Wisconsin with the WEDC. She was appointed to the post by Governor Evers in September 2019. Prior to joining WEDC, Missy Hughes was Chief Counsel and Chief Mission Officer for Organic Valley, a Wisconsin-based nationwide cooperative of organic dairy farmers. Thank you, Missy, for being such a great partner of New North. Now please help me welcome WEDC Secretary and CEO, Missy Hughes.
Good morning, everyone. We're still morning, right? Got a few more minutes. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sachin, for that lovely introduction. Thank you to Barb Lemieux for inviting me to speak today. It's always such a pleasure to be here with you at Lambeau. And at no time more is it more exciting to be here than with the news of the NFL draft coming to Green Bay. As the Secretary of Economic Development for the state, there is nothing better than waking up in the morning and seeing a headline that says the 2025 draft is coming not only to the city of Green Bay, but to the region of New North, and of course to the state of Wisconsin. Made my day and continues to make my day, so congratulations on that. At WEDC, we have also been focused on the power of place, understanding that in order to retain our Wisconsinites here, in order to attract people to come to live in Wisconsin, we have to create a place where people want to live, where the communities are strong, where the quality of life is what people are looking for, and where the opportunities are to build your careers and build your families. So it's incredibly important to think about this concept of place. And I will tell you that as I travel around the state, there is no region that is more dedicated to this idea, that continues to include this idea of creating place and community in their DNA more than anybody else. When I get off the highway and come towards Lambeau Field, when I go downtown of Green Bay, when I travel around the region, you can really see that this is not something that is, oh, we should be doing this because it might result in something good. You're doing it because it means something for your everyday lives. It means something for your future. And I congratulate you on the work that you're doing again and again. And you're really leaning into this idea that cheese curds and football and all of these things are superpowers. And they define you, and you want to share that again and again and again with others. WEDC has been proud to partner with businesses and New North communities on so many projects over the past year. In 2022, WEDC invested more than $38 million in the New North region, including nearly $20 million in business tax credits, almost $2 million in community development investment grants, and more than $16 million in Main Street Bounce Back grants to almost 1,700 businesses. In fact, every time we turn around, it seems like we're celebrating another opportunity in the New North region. Governor Evers and I were here when Fincantieri in Marinette celebrated their latest expansion so they can build a new generation of Constellation class cruisers. We've assisted Masters Gallery to double its operations in Oostburg, increasing demand for local dairy farmers' output. And we've helped Salm Partners continue to grow in Denmark so they can be the nation's #1 co-manufacturer of hot dogs and sausages. At the same time, we're helping Ashwaubenon with a mixed-use development in Titletown that will add 88 rental units just a few blocks away. And we're helping Two Rivers redevelop the old Paragon Electric Factory into an updated manufacturing and commercial facility where we help turn a former downtown bank into a craft brewery. I just have to pause and laugh for a moment that as I was looking over this, I was like, Oostburg, okay, is that right? And Two Rivers, I know I'm supposed to say Trivers. Like, where is it that Ashwaubenon is the easiest thing to pronounce in your talking points? We've also helped many Main Street Bounce Back grants and businesses get started. If you're not familiar with the Main Street Bounce Back Grant Program, that's $100 million that the governor dedicated to helping businesses go into vacant spaces in our communities. We had businesses all over the state that recovered from the pandemic that kept going, but maybe on either side of them there was a vacant spot. And if you're like me, sometimes you don't get out of the car to walk around if there's only one place to go into. We wanted to make sure that our main streets were full and vibrant. And through the program that Governor Evers has sponsored, we've helped create over 9,500 businesses all around the state and 1,700 here in the New North region, which includes new restaurants in Kewanee, new stores in Wampaka, and in new businesses in Green Bay's Startup Hub, which range from a graphics company to a company that does vehicle wraps to a music studio. And what we've learned with all of this together over the last few years is that there's no one magic bullet for economic development. All kinds of pieces, thriving manufacturers, flourishing downtowns, and things like childcare and transportation and worker training all have to be in place for our state and our communities to keep growing, which is why we're so excited about the Workforce Innovation Grants we're sponsoring here in New North. The Workforce Innovation Grant Program really reflects the spirit of Wisconsin, where we asked people in the community to come forward with the solutions for what they need, what their priorities and challenges are, and how they would overcome them. So in Door County, a grant of up to $3.5 million is opening up new childcare slots at the Northern Door County Children's Center in Sister Bay, while the Door County Community Children's Center in Sturgeon Bay is fundraising and building a new, larger center. Meanwhile, a partnership between UW Green Bay, Advocate Aurora, and other healthcare providers is changing the way nurses are trained by allowing experienced nurses to train students with hands-on skills at area hospitals. And Goodwill Industries of North Central Wisconsin is receiving up to $6.5 million to develop a program using trauma-informed approaches to assisting workers to get back into the workplace. They're teaming up with Fox Valley Technical College to make sure that when someone has a past that causes them challenges, they have a pathway into a future career and into future success, and our employers have the opportunity to access that workforce. And finally, one of my favorite projects, the Wapaka County Economic Development Corporation, is using almost $3 million to help workers get to and from their jobs safely. I just joined them a few weeks ago as they celebrated giving their workers their 1,000th ride. I want to thank you all for the hard work you do every day in making the connections so that so many of your communities continue to move forward. It's an incredibly exciting time to be in economic development because while we're encountering challenges, we're also finding new solutions and new opportunities.